there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another awesome video. It's time for another top 10 video. For today's top 10 video, we're finally here. We're here to count down the top 10 best movies of 2021. So for this list, these are just the movies that I think are the best movies of this year. And bear in mind two things, maybe three things, but bear in mind two things. One, I'm only one guy. I'm only one man. And there was over probably 20 plus 100, maybe more, maybe less movies that came out this year. So these are the movies that I just so happen I saw. On a side note, the honorable mentions are some that I didn't get a chance to see, but I wanted to see so badly. And two, I didn't review all these movies yet on my channel, so there are some movie reviews of these movies on this channel, and some that aren't yet, but bear in mind that, and these are just going to be my quick little thoughts on each little film here. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. And at number 10, we have Vivo. Such a very vivid, bright, and well-animated movie by Lin-Manuel Miranda with great music, great characters, and just such an emotional, personal story. At number 9, we have Raya and the Last Dragon. Although this movie has very similar beats and similar details and similar ideas that several other movies have done before, there's something about this film that makes it feel a little bit like it's fresh, it's new, it's original, and with such a great ensemble of fun characters and a gorgeous animated movie and really unique lore. Number 8 is Val. This, I think, is probably the most genuine biography or autobiography or documentary I've seen in who knows how long. The idea and the fact that Val Kilmer himself shot and recorded this footage when he was doing movies like Tombstone, Top Gun, and Batman, and so many other films, and just how genuine it comes across, even though it's not Val Kilmer himself narrating, it is his son, but still, it just has this honesty to it and just has this rawness to it that you just genuinely see what Val was going through, and you really see a lot of his perspective. Number 7 is Encanto, another excellently animated movie from Lin-Manuel Miranda with such a really deep message that I didn't think this movie would do per se. And I like that it did this approach of acceptance of your perfections and imperfections, even if something or someone is broken. Kind of like borrowing from Lilo and Stitch, which I say that in a good way possible. It was such a surprise to me. And number 6 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Minus like one or two things about this film, this MCU movie is the least bit MCU movie with how the style is, with the way they were trying to go with this character, Shang-Chi, the magic, the 10 rings, and finally getting a well-deserved Mandarin and how compelling of a villain he was so perfect. This execution was fantastic. I'm really excited to see more what the MCU can do with Phase 4. Alright, we're nearing down to our final 5 on my list. And at number 5 is The Last Duel. Now, I know this is technically cheating here by wanting to make one exception, and I didn't see The Last Duel. But the reason why it's on this is because I just wanted to get into and talk a little bit about give this movie some love, give this movie some support. Like, if it's still in movie theaters by you guys, go see it in movie theaters. If it's out on DVD or if it's on Blu-ray, it's on 4K, buy the DVD, buy the Blu-ray, buy the 4K. Really give this movie some love, because this is a movie, the type of movie that you don't see that often. Like, this is the type of movie that people would say, why don't they make movies like this anymore? And really give this movie some attention. It really is going to need it, and especially when it stars Jason Bourne, Batman, Kylo Ren, and it's directed by one of the most iconic movie directors that gave us classics like Blade Runner and Alien, and it's not getting that recognition, it's not getting that much revenue, it's not getting that much money, and it's so original. It's probably one of the best out of Ridley Scott next to Gladiator and The Martian. So really give this movie some love, and I want to give this movie some love too. And if you're gonna go see it in theaters, if you're gonna go buy it on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever it is, I know I will. Number 4 is The Harder They Fall. A great ensemble with a phenomenal cast and gorgeous cinematography. This has the makings of a Quentin Tarantino movie. This movie is that good. And number 3 is No Time to Die. A fantastic fifth and final installment to Daniel Craig's James Bond movies, and a perfect outing for Daniel Craig's James Bond with such an engaging and fun thrill ride. And it was such an awesome movie experience for me. Going back to the movie theaters, the fact that I got to see this in the theaters was fantastic and makes it that more phenomenal. And the experience was just so perfect. It made it all worth it for me. At number 2, we have Zack Snyder's Justice League, aka the Snyder Cut. Now with this movie, this is more than just a movie. This was an experience. Whether you experience it in movie theaters, whether you experience it on HBO Max, whether you actually buy the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever it is an experience. And that is just the best way to put this film as, without really giving a lot of details. And it just was such an awesome, epic experience. Now, before I unveil my number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Guilty. I wish I got the opportunity to see this movie before this list because, I mean, it's got Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a psychological thriller type of thing, so it sounds promising, and I wish I had the opportunity to have seen it. Tick, Tick, Boom. Another fantastic and phenomenal record for Lin-Manuel Miranda from last year and into this year, with Andrew Garfield fantastic in this movie, I hear, and Vanessa Hudgens, and I really hope to see this soon. Spencer. This is probably going to be one of the best, if not the best, performances Kristen Stewart has done and redeemed herself in her career. Whether this is Oscar bait or not, she is fantastic from what I've heard. Last Night in Soho. Edgar Wright at a thriller horror movie. I wish I had saw this in theaters and would have gotten the opportunity, because it lends itself to perfection. Dune. So much excitement, anticipation, and hype I had for this movie, and even hearing how great it is, I wish that my movie theaters played Dune, or at least I had the opportunity to see Dune in theaters, but I didn't. But man, I really hope they get that part 2. I honestly hope they get that part 2. And now, my number 1 pick of my top 10 best movies of 2021 is, drumroll please, Spider-Man No Way Home. Not only is this a fantastic Spider-Man movie, a fantastic Marvel movie, but it's such a celebration and such an experience. This is such a celebration of a lot of things and culminating Spider-Man, especially when you got a big fan of Spider-Man right here that grew up with a lot of Spider-Man content. Spider-Man the Animated Series, Spectacular Spider-Man, so many other Spider-Man movies I've seen in my lifetime and growing up, that to see this all come together was just the most astonishing, unbelievable, remarkable. I'm still speechless of that movie experience I had. Unbelievably amazing, unbelievably spectacular. It's just so much that a movie fan, a Marvel fan, a Spider-Man fan, any person going to see this movie is going to have a great time. Even if you find a little bit of nitpicks, even if it has the slightest bit of problems, it's just such a blast and such a fun time. And those are the best movies of this year. Let me know in the comment section, what are your favorite movies of this year? And what did you think of this list? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know as well. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell. I do new videos every day, if not every week. Share the video with your family and friends, all the good stuff and more. Leave some suggestions in the comment section. You name it, I'll look into it. And if you have any questions, leave those in the comments too, so we can start doing a Q&A. I thank you all again for another great year. I know it's only been 3 years. I think technically 3 years. 2019, 2020, 2021. Something like that. Almost 2 years, almost 3 years sort of thing. But I thank you all again for another year on YouTube. And look out for my worst movies of 2021. And I'll see you guys in the new year. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.